That is right! We are back with our third installment in this series. Even more cheap, amazing, cozy games on the Nintendo Switch. Even more cheap, amazing, cozy games on the Hello everyone, that is right, we are back with a third installment. We are back with even more cheap, amazing games for the Nintendo Switch. As always, the flavor of gaming is cozy. I will let you know if any other platforms are available, and I'll let you know all the prices in USD. We have 7 amazing games to talk about today, so let's get straight into it and let's game cozy. First up, we have a heartfelt side-scroller that uses a colourful ring to solve puzzles. Meet our protagonist Hugh, who is on a mission to find his mother. When you begin, your colour wheel is empty, but on your journey you'll collect more and more so you can interact with the world around you in different ways. For example, you could be stopped in your tracks by some blue boulders, but shifting your colour wheel to blue will change the background colour of the game and suddenly the boulders have disappeared. It gets a bit more complicated than that as more colours are needed, but luckily while selecting a colour, time slows down quite a lot to make the fast-paced decisions much more manageable. There are so many side-scrollers out there that they start to feel a bit samey, which is why I love to include the ones that are thinking outside the box, and playing with colour is an ingenious and brilliant and cozy way to do that. Plus there's also a really great colorblind option where you can add symbols as a color aid. Hue takes about 4.5 hours to beat, 6.5 hours to complete, and can be found on Switch, PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, PlayStation Vita, and Xbox One. It is available on the eShop for $9.99 and is regularly on sale for just $1.99. You may have already heard of the glorious indie title Undertale, but did you know it's available on the Nintendo Switch? In case you don't know much about it, Undertale features a hilarious world, or I guess underworld, full of monsters. What sets Undertale apart is that you really do get to decide your own story, with multiple endings depending on your playstyle. In fact, Zero Punctuation from The Escapist loves this game so much and feels so connected to the characters that there is a violent way to play that he refuses to do. The fact that you can choose to connect with the monsters and not kill them definitely makes this a cozy game, and the fact that extra playthroughs result in extra dialogue where the characters reveal they are aware of what happened previously just adds so many levels to an already great game. The gameplay style is always changing, the character dialogue is brilliant, and this is definitely one to pick up if you're finding games a bit too predictable. With such replayability, the main story takes 6.5 hours to complete, or to really explore and complete this game, it can take up to 20 hours. You can play Undertale on the Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PlayStation Vita, and Xbox One. This next game looks so cozy to me as it's a great take on the classic Spot the Difference games. In Tiny Lands, you get to explore 50 3D dioramas, finding 5 differences in each. When you begin, you're presented with your first set, which all follow the same theme, and you earn stars by finding each difference. The stars can then be used to unlock more levels and more different themes. The soundtrack is so lovely, and each diorama also has its own sound effects, making it a really relaxing experience, and I think a game that's perfect for a little break in the day or before going to bed. These are the sort of games I love having with me when I'm winding down for the day or even when I'm traveling. My one wish is that there were more than 5 differences per level, because each one is so beautiful. I'd love to be spending more time in each one and finding more differences between them, but I suppose having only 5 differences per level does actually make them more difficult to spot. Tiny Lands is $5.99 at full price, but is actually only $2.99 right now on the eShop, with that sale ending on April 21st. The story is about 4.5 to 6 hours long, and you can also pick this one up on PC. This next game I actually played for the first time years ago on the PlayStation 4, and now that it's been revamped and released for the Switch, I'm really keen to play it again. If you've played It Takes Two, there's a chance you're familiar with Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which was published back in 2013 and directed by Joseph Fares, which would lead Joseph to creating Hazelight Studios, creating his next game A Way Out, and recently It Takes Two. These brilliant co-op games all began with brothers, and looking back, it really was a brilliant co-op game. This game is played with just one controller, and each brother was therefore just one joystick. My partner and I still decided to play this one together, and basically just took one joystick each, so we each controlled one brother. We played the whole game together like this, sharing an emotional journey and helping each other out through puzzles where the brothers really did need to work together to survive. In Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, you go on a journey to save your father, and while that journey is only 3 hours in game length, it really is epic. Plus, the Switch version is actually redesigned to make multiplayer an easier option than sharing one controller, so it really does seem perfect on this console. The Switch would definitely be my recommendation now for it, but you can also play it on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, the PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and mobile. This next game is perfect for my noir heist lovers that want something quite simple to sink their teeth into. Enter the Framed Collection, 2 games in one where you have to rearrange panels of a comic to help your character escape. Changing the order will change the outcome, and you also have the ability to pause or rewind to get the sequence right. This is another game that's perfect for traveling, and the jazzy soundtrack suits it perfectly. Each of the 2 games are only about an hour or so long, which is perfect for a game that is almost always on sale for $1.99, or at full price it's $9.99. My preference here and why it's on this list is the Switch for portability, but it is also available on PC, so if you have a Steam Deck, it could be really great on that too. Next we have Inbento, a super cute game about a mother cat making bento boxes for her kitten as it grows up. There are over 100 stress-free puzzles where you are arranging sushi, and a variety of mechanics get added that keep it interesting. You can also rewind your turns as much as you like while figuring out how to match the pattern, and there's a lovely silent story you'll be following along with. I really love the color palette of this game, and it seems like another nice one to dip into, to wind down and de-stress with, and for its price it really is a steal. At full price it's only $4.99, but it's regularly on sale for just $2.49. Inbento is between 3 and 4.5 hours long, and you can play it on the Switch, PC, mobile, and Xbox One. So I'm going to cheat a bit with this last one and mention 2 games in one, but I will explain why. These games are Cook Serve Delicious 2 and Cook Serve Delicious 3. Now Cook Serve Delicious 2 is $12.99 at full price, but Cook Serve Delicious 3 is $19.99 at full price, so that one I technically shouldn't mention here. But for my Australian viewers right now, they are actually both on a huge discount. I think they're about $1.50 and $1.99 each, and you can get that deal I think for most of April. Looking at the US version, I don't think those sales are running right now, but they are both on sale pretty regularly. Anyway, both of these are cozy games, both very similar cooking games, and Cook Serve Delicious 2 does fall under my $15 or less cheap cozy game thing. So you know what, I'm breaking my own rules, and here they are in my video. So in Cook Serve Delicious 2, you are on a mission to open your own restaurant, and to reach your goal, you work as a chef for hire at various restaurants, which means you get to make a really wide variety of food. This game may not be for everyone, as it can get pretty fast paced with rush hours happening throughout your shift, plus extra things to do such as cleaning and taking out the trash. To get meals right, you need great coordination, as each step is assigned to either a keyboard key or a controller button, and customers want their food fast. One cool thing is you get to customize your restaurant's decor and decide what you want to serve there, and another is that all the while through emails you get a glimpse of what's going on in the outside world. Now you can totally ignore these emails, but if you do read them, then you'll learn that the rest of the US is a war-torn mess, and your restaurant is in one of the last remaining safe spaces. In comes Cook Serve Delicious 3, which begins with the news of your restaurant being blown up and androids saving you from the rubble. They recognize you as the world-renowned chef, and you start working with them in a food truck. I love that the team decided to expand on a cooking game in such a fun and creative way, and it really just entices me to play this series. And since there happens to be that great sale, I think I'll be playing this game pretty soon. And that is it for the day. That was 7, or maybe a cheeky 8th, cheap cozy game that I recommend you checking out on the Nintendo Switch. I really love making these videos. There are just so many great cheap cozy games out there, and as long as they keep making them, I'm gonna keep making this series. If you haven't seen the first or second installments, I will link them below, and they might be floating around up here somewhere. And you can also check out the secret link in my description as well. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, and if you want more cozy gaming content, please do tap the subscribe button. I will leave some more cozy content right here for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!